Sarangos. I can do that. I think I have him added, right? I should. Ugh, gosh darn it, I don't have him added. Wait, unless is he this Colin? Who's, okay, I don't know who that is. It's Alpha. What is with these weird usernames? Yeah, this is the other Colin. I don't have him added. The problem we're dealing with right now is I don't have Sarangos added. So if I could get his that would help. We won't hold this against him. It's as simple as that. Wait, do I Bill? Oh, Bilbo is in here. Okay. I just thought about something. RJ needs to come back within like the next 3 minutes.
Oh, I'm back.
Or he could just pop up now. That works too. I was about to say, I was like, RJ needs to come
My
back
stomach was
sooner.
going, and I was like, oh, I definitely need to go now. Oh, Sarangos. What?
Oh, he's in here now.
What's happening? Oh, Sarangos is here. What's going on?
I think
I did invite that Bilbo guy.
yes. All right, let's see. Let's go through. So
We should have 14 people.
15. We're missing.
And we have 15. Gabriel. But Gabriel didn't do the tick for the reserve thing, so they are not here, it would seem. So we're ready to get going for Belgium.
All right, so be it.
Yes.
I think this is the smallest race we've had this season.
Yep. And a good track too.
It's going to be a very diverse group. I did peep that Devil is not going to be here, which is going to be pretty interesting.
Chance to catch up in the championship for a few people.
Yeah, so all eyes on Ash, Brodo, Dwint, Nevek, Brian.
Yeah, well, Nevek is currently on 0 points. So
Well, yeah, but speed-wise,
probably
he's pretty
still
good.
have a tough time. Yeah, for winning this race, yeah.
Let me pull up. See, I think I've missed quite a few races, actually.
What do you mean, quite a few races?
Like, I haven't been here for a while. Like, obviously, last week we had the break, but I wasn't here for Spain.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't here for Baku. And I immediately got an advertisement when I opened the app. Of course I did. I was there for Austria, I think.
Baku was a great race.
Yeah.
That was a really good race.
Oh, no, I was here for Italy, because that was when Joe won. That was amazing.
Yep. That was a good race as well. Well, at the end it was good. Especially for Joe Clark, the person who won last time. Currently not here at the moment, being reserved by Nivek or Bilbo, 2 reserves in the Williams team.
That was a beautiful finish, but right now we're going to have really all eyes on Brodo this race. Brodo and Brian, because Brodo did not. That's right. He was there in Italy, and Italy was a disaster for him pretty much. He was the second to last lap spin. No, it was. I'm sorry. I apologize. It was the last lap. The last lap, Brodo had an incident with what's his name, with Devil. and they spun, and then he finished like 13th.
That is true. Brodo getting the short end of the stick there.
Yeah, but he's only
falling outside the points.
He's about 30 points away from Devil, but only 11 points behind Brian. So this is a very important race for those two.
Yep.
And Devil not being here really hurts also because, I mean, this is going to be a pretty big catch-up race for those two.
Well, you can... Brian is 19 points behind Devil, I believe. So the maximum points you can get in a weekend, I believe, is still 19 points. So
correct.
They can get on even footing here. But that's if Brian gets pole, fastest lap, and things like that.
Yeah, and that would be a nightmare for Brodo. I think really Docmain has a chance to get up there also, although he is pretty far behind. But he could find himself squeezing his way into the top 3 should Brodo, if he has a great race and Brodo has a bad race, we could see a pretty significant change in the standings.
Brodo that Docmain won this. Yep, that Docmain won the sprint race in Bahrain, the only one that has occurred this season. We've got another one in Silverstone just coming up soon.
Correct. Last time we had a sprint race at Silverstone, it was nothing but chaos. But I feel like the driving has been pretty clean this season. I feel like it's been a lot better. I mean, obviously we have our incidents here and there. Like as I'm saying that, I think we're seeing one right now, unless the hash is just getting out of the way. But
I think they're just getting out of the way.
Okay. But yeah, racing has been much better this season.
Oh, Katie came here in to say good luck, and now they're gone.
Oh, hello and goodbye,
in
Katie.
Stream chat.
I do apologize for my absence yesterday. Obviously, that's not a discussion for this stream, but just saying it. But anyway, Brodo getting close to the end of the lap now. I'm wondering if it's going to rain in this qualifying session.
Yes, or even the race, actually. It would be quite interesting if we have any wet weather here.
I hope so. Pretty good.
Brodo says to 143. Let's see if anyone can beat that.
Who was behind him? I think it was the
And man to cross the line goes 2 seconds slower.
We'll stick with Silver for now. Nivek with a 143.2. Ooh, Dwight goes fastest. 1.429. Uh-oh, Docmain pushing into the top 4 now. Silver in the top 5 with a 144.9. It's not bad. Where's Bilbo?
Nivek did a similar lap time to Brodo and on mediums.
Yeah, Nivek is quick. I don't know what that dude is on. I don't know why he's so fast or how he's so fast.
Ash is coming across the line now. What can they do? They go quickest. 5 tenths faster than Ash. Dwin, I mean. Reese pops himself up into P3.
That was a great lap.
Good lap from him.
I'm gonna make an early prediction here. I'm expecting Nivek to take pole with a 141, or maybe even a 140.9.
Bold prediction here. Oh, we have another person in chat. The German Bros.
Hello.
Who agrees that Docmain can do good if they have a good qualifying. At the moment they are on P6 in the midfield of those who have set laps so far.
Correct.
Next, who's going to cross the line next, who's on a lap, is probably going to be Overdue Bread.
Correct. That's who I'm on right now. Bread has been having a fairly quiet season thus far. A little bit of a moment there, or lag. I'm not sure if that was the game's fault or if that was a moment, but Bread has been very, very quiet this season. It was just funny how he went from one of the most dominating names in the league to not no disrespect, but someone that's been fairly chill over the past couple of seasons.
Well, he had a big incident in Baku this season,
True.
being put into a wall by Beaksy.
Yeah, but even now, he's just set a 144.3. You put him in P7. Nevek is on another lap. Reese is, I think, going into the pits, and I think Ashton going into the pits too.
Brad is quite good with strategy, though. We've seen quite a few times that he's been very good with strategy, getting himself up into the points.
I think Brett and Brian are the best strategists in the league, especially when it comes to wet weather transitions.
Right, no one is on a lap, I don't think.
I think Nevek is trying.
Well, they're on medium mode, so it's a bit ambiguous there.
True.
Whether they are going for it or not. No, they're on none mode. Or medium now. They do none and medium. Bilbo spun it on his outlap. Just at the start of sector 2.
Bilbo is
getting those tyres warm.
Williams sits dead last in the constructors' standings. They are 1 point behind. Well, really, it's 10th, 9th, 8th, and 7th. They're all only a couple points behind each other. But Nevek is setting another lap, and I think it's going to be faster than the last one.
Right.
Oh my
BC, I'm going to send you another invite.
Nevek just set a 142.6.
Wow.
Who's Bilbo? We'll follow Bilbo for now. Bilbo should be the next one.
On medium tyres.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm fully expecting a 140.9.
A 140.9?
Indeed.
Not a 141.9?
A 140.9.
Cool.
It's rapid, but I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Brian's on his outlap now as well. Bilbo pits after that spin on his outlap. Sarangos still in the pits, same with Beaksy. Beaksy's had a disconnect though, so I've re-invited them. Hopefully they're doing okay.
We'll stick with Brodo then. Brodo's in the bus stop chicane now. So just to touch on this one thing real quick, Aston Martin is going to be in a lot of trouble after this race because both the McLarens are here today. One of them is currently sitting on pole, although I think it is still anyone's game for that P1 position. But both the McLarens being here, that alone, with how little drivers here and their skill sets, that alone puts Aston Martin at a disadvantage for this race because although the most points you can get as a solo player is 19 points, you could still rack up a lot of points in one weekend as a team, you know?
Well, the gap to Aston Martin from McLaren is 13 points, which is very much possible here from the duo of Ash and D-Dash, both very quick drivers.
Absolutely. But Brian needs to set a lap also. Like, I think qualifying is going to have a bigger effect on the race than people think. I'm not sure if we're going to see a major collision in turn 1 like we did a couple seasons ago. Maybe in Eau Rouge.
I would disagree because the DRS is very powerful here. So I think if you just get just in a good position, you can easily capitalize on DRS and ERS strategy on this long straight, which Brian is on at the current moment.
True, but I still think the skill in some of the corners, especially in between sectors 2 and 3, is going to start showing some increased separation between the fastest and the slowest drivers. Which I know is just basic. It's not rocket science. It's just basic F1, but it's especially true on Spa. All the time you gain in sector 1 can easily be lost in sector 2. As Brodo does improve with the 142. Let's actually follow Brian now.
Yeah, Brian had a lock-up and went straight on at a corner, but didn't get an invalidation, so they're still on their lap, or not, they're in none mode. So let's move on to someone else.
Ant-Man is up on their lap time. Silver isn't on a lap. Is Docman on a lap? Docman is on a lap. Let's see what Docman can do here. Currently sitting P6 with that 143.8, and also sitting in P4 in the overall driver's standings. Although
Look at where Ferrari are. Ferrari are in a good position at the moment.
They absolutely are, and those are pretty decent times as well. I think we're going to see a very slight improvement from Dogmain. Not enough to bring him out of P6, but Reese is learning.
I think that is Brian letting people get out of the way. Get out of the way for people.
I think he's going to the pits. No, he's going to start a lap. That was a horrible start. I don't know how badly that's going to affect him because it is a slow turn there. But Brian, I mean, a good lap, yes, but at this point, Brian just needs a lap, period. Beaksy is also on a lap ahead of him. We'll keep you guys updated on that time.
Apparently, some people are experiencing some big lag at the moment.
I think EA
so we're looking for it.
EA servers have absolutely been acting up because of the transition to the new game. I feel like I remember this happening with 23 and especially with 22. So just keep that in mind also. Brian with a slow entrance into the hairpin. Nevek is on another lap right now. Something else I've noticed. I think Beaksy should. I think it should go Beaksy, then Brian, and then Nevek. I think Nevek is just entering Sector 2 right now. I believe. Brian up by 3/10. 3 seconds, but I guess it's not really surprising. He set a 157 yet, but I should hope you're doing better than that on Spa. What are we looking at for Brian here? I'm thinking it might be a 143.
Oh, a little snap of oversteer. A 142.6.
Wait a minute. A 142.6 at the rate he was going is very, very good. He could have been faster than that, truly. Also, Beaksy set a 144.5, bumping him up into P9. Now we're following the.
I'm just gonna go investigate this lag. I'll be back.
Okay, you do that. Nevek is purple in Sector 2. Not a lot of ERS to work with, though. Nevek might run out, actually. No, he's managing it well. I'm surprised. He lifted a little bit there. Back into the bus shop chicane. And he's bailed. He went purple in Sector 2 and then bailed out of the lap. That's a bit odd. Bread is on a lap. We're going to follow Dwint, though. I think Dwint may have a chance at least P3. Not up by much, but still an improvement nonetheless. Oh, no, but Dwint is out of fuel. And then we'll stick with Bread, then. Let's see what Bread can do.
Alright, I'm back. Seems like it's just Silver experiencing it.
Okay, well, in that case, we won't worry about it too much then. Just do keep in mind if it becomes a majority thing, then we'll see if there's something we can do about it. Yeah. But if it's just one person, then we won't.
Nobody that fixes it.
Bread bails on his lap too. Bilbo's been invalidated. Beaksy bailed on his lap. Dwint is still running low on fuel. Brian's invalidated. I don't know if... I think Dwint goes to the pits here? I think. I don't know if he's improving on his time at all.
Well, Beaksy starting their lap.
Yeah, he's bidding. Alright, we'll stick with Beaksy then.
Yep.
Whoa, what was that Ferrari doing?
He's warming up his tyres.
It looked like he was...
Hopefully they get out of the way though.
Looked like he was trying to survive. I don't know about warming up the tires. He's gonna have to get out of the way of Beaksy here, but whoever that is, I think that... Is that Silver? Yeah, that is Silver. Silver's gonna need to, What's he doing?
Wow, this is.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. What do you think, RJ?
Yeah, that was a bit of impeding there.
I don't know that Beaksy has
In
enough
my
time.
humble opinion. Yeah.
Bilbo's retired. Ant-Man's invalidated. Yeah, Beaksy's gonna have to really put. Oh no, Beaksy doesn't have time. He was on 2 lap old softs. There's no way he has time to get back. Yeah, that's it. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
and
Well,
he's got low fuel as well. That's unfortunate.
really, I'm thinking all eyes on Brodo, Nivek, and Dwayne, because Brian isn't coming out and setting another lap. Doc Main will set another lap, but I don't know who's. Oh, Dwayne's not gonna have time either. All right, well, let's see it, Nivek. Nivek is going to be the first one to set, or to cross the line. Let's see what he can do here.
Reese is getting a fat slipstream from Ash here on his lap.
Interesting to see teamwork from them on 2 different teams, especially during qualifying.
Oh, but he's invalidated. Reese has invalidated.
That's unfortunate.
And so has Ash.
Oh, geez. So it was a double whammy. Nivek is using a lot of ERS. I don't know if he just uses a lot of it on his out lap, but every time he starts a lap, I feel like he's at like 60%. And then not even half.
And he's in medium mode. He's in medium mode all the time, which is interesting. That's different. I don't really see drivers doing this normally.
Not with that much pace. Yeah, this kid is pretty good. It's like it's hard to tell if he's really on a lap or not because he's on the medium. He's on the medium setting, but he has to be. It's the last one he's got. Berto is following behind him. Brian did not end up setting another lap, and neither did Dwint. So really, it's just what can Brian and Nivek do, or not Brian, Brodo. Sorry. You did say Ash invalidated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nivek is up on their time. Let's see what Nivek can do when they get to the line.
I don't think it'll be the 140.9 I mentioned, but it might be a.
No, I never thought it would be.
Dude, but look how close it was. A 142.
A 142.
What about Brodo? Brodo up by 0.2. It's not. I don't think it's going to be enough to take down Nivek, especially not with that Red Bull in the way.
And he spins it.
Yeah, I know Brodo is not happy about that.
Who was that Red Bull? That was Magda.
I don't know. Was that impeding though? Was it?
If Magda was not on a lap, it might count as impeding.
I mean, because she could have distracted him or something? Because I don't know that she was close enough. I'd have to see it again. Either way. Congratulations to Nivek for his pole position. I was correct on pole, just incorrect on the time. But still, a 142.0 is pretty quick. Shout out to the participants for today's race, as there were significantly less invalidations and track limit warnings as is normal. I take it you guys have been practicing.
Yeah, some people are unhappy about the impeding.
Yeah. It's not surprising. We can handle that after the race, for sure. I believe it's 22 laps, the Spa race.
Well, it was a eventful qualifying. Let's see what can happen in the race. Normally it's quite a fun one.
Indeed, and if you remember it from last season, we didn't even get much of a qualifying. I think we saw one person set a lap and then it started raining.
Yeah.
And then
I remember.
Everybody was just cooked from there.
That was the most boring qualifying I've ever experienced, to be honest.
Oh, I would agree. I would absolutely agree.
Oh, wasn't someone on like different tires, like soft tires in the wet or something?
I think it was Bread, wasn't it?
Or someone was. But we're about to get started.
All right, 5 red lights. And away we go. Nivek will lead us off the grid heading into turn 1. Ash is going to overtake him heading into turn 1. They're going to go 3 wide up in the back. Brodo with a little bit of a half spin. They're going to keep it together. They're all bunched up, but they eventually spread out and actually handle it pretty cleanly. We're going to follow from the perspective of Brian battling behind Dwint and Brodo through a Rouge cleanly. I did see some side-by-side happening in the back of the grid.
Reese is in the wall.
Reese is in the wall. I did not see that happen.
Yeah, he was in P3 and I suddenly just saw him in the wall after Rouge. He might have had a snap.
Oh, I'm seeing people off the track. Oh, the Ferrari. The other Ferrari just spun. Silver.
Oh, it's getting even worse for Ferrari.
Oh, my goodness. The bad luck has moved to Ferrari. Sarangos and Beaksy are battling side by side right now. The two teammates.
Reese has a 10-second penalty for corner cutting as well now. It's going even worse for Ferrari.
Oh, Dwint just spun too. We've had quite a few spins this race, but not anything major. My goodness.
No. So, a lot of different tyre choices here. We got softs, medium, and hard. The hards being Brodo and Sarangos. Mediums being Nivek, Brian, Bread, and Ant-Man, and all the rest have chosen the soft compound of tyre.
Correct. However,
not a good start for the Ferraris.
What in the world? Bilbo already has a 3-second time penalty in the first lap for track limits.
Yep.
Dockmain sitting in a comfortable P6 currently.
Yep. Let's see. They've got DRS this lap, or should do. See if we can see any overtakes at the end of the straight. Brian's going for it on Brodo.
Brian has gotten the move done.
Staying back.
We've got the two Hasses, one right behind another. However, I do see what's looking to be. I did see some dark clouds. I don't think it's enough for rain, but that is a very interesting. That's a very dark color. Reese has made his pit stop to fit a new front wing. I was going to mention that earlier.
And had to serve a 10-second time penalty.
Yeah, I know Reese has to be upset about that. And poor Ferrari dropping all the way back to the back of the grid after what was really a great qualifying. But I still wouldn't count them out just yet, because I do believe there will still be a chance of a safety car.
Yeah, and McLarens are in prime positions as Brian just locks up onto this little straight here.
Absolutely, their current positions would be enough, I think, to knock down Aston Martin entirely, not to tie with them.
Yep, I would agree.
Big implication for this race is Dockmain and Overdue Bread are going side by side. Bumping rubber, rubbing is racing, folks. But Dockmain will get the position.
Indeed. And Ash and Nivek are just gapping the field just a tiny bit and getting far into the distance.
Yeah, I remember what you said about the long DRS straights and how a lot of drivers will be using that to their benefit, but I still really think raw pace is going to be a humongous factor here. As Nivek, like you said, they are gapping to Brian, but I think teamwork.
The problem was that Brodo was behind them on the hard, so the gap just formed naturally because of the tyre difference, and lost DRS that way.
True, but Nivek is on the mediums.
But Ash has been leading the way, and Nivek's just been sitting behind them nicely up until now. As we've got yellow flags.
I think it's Bilbo, isn't it?
I think Bilbo, yes, Bilbo.
Lap 3 already. Ooh, Brodo running a little bit wide there. I think Ash is going to have an opportunity to go for an overtake around the outside. No, Brodo's gonna block him off.
But Brodo has a
Or-
half spin right there. And through goes Brian.
Oh
And
no! Brodo's taking out
Doc Main
Main.
went for it.
Doc Main did
Some
not
feisty driving
receive.
here.
I don't think he received any damage from that collision. I wasn't able to see, but thankfully he did not touch the wall and just had a little bit of a moment. But that's just going to further increase the gap between these drivers. Because now Brian is 5 seconds behind the leaders, and the leaders are still one right after another. Yeah, that teamwork between the two of them is going to play a huge factor in this race, especially if there's no safety cars in the back of the grid. They're just going to run away with it. They'd have to really, really mess something up in order to be in a bad spot here.
Yep. Bilbo is pitting off of the soft compound tyres. Looks like they're going for the hards.
Ash has just made another overtake on Nivek. I think they're just going to be swapping paint every lap. Love to see good teamwork between two drivers, especially when they're so far apart from each other in the constructor standings. I think those were the two teams that were like polar opposites from one another.
Yeah, but the main battle is going to be for the win between Ash and Nivek at the moment. It's looking like.
And honestly, I don't think Ash doesn't even need the win in this situation. He just needs to, because Williams is not a threat at all. Ash just needs to get the points. So really, if Nivek passes him, if there's even the slightest chance that an overtake could ruin their races, I would just sit behind him.
Brodo and Brian need to work together to catch up to these people. It looks like they're just changing positions all the time.
Yeah, I don't know that they will. And Bread does not have
It
enough
looks like they're
pace.
battering.
Yeah, if they work together, they got Bread. Absolutely. I don't think Bread has the pace to continue to keep up with them. I think that's part of the problem he's facing right now, because he's now almost a second and a half behind. Well, now he is a second and a half behind them. But the more Brodo slows Brian down, as Nivek does overtake Ash again, the more it's only going to hurt them. Brian does get the overtake done now, and now we're still seeing that gap of a second and a half, but it's only going up. Also, Doc Main doesn't have the pace to keep up with Bread. I really do think this is going to be a much more spread out race. Ant-Man has just gotten his first penalty.
Oh
my
Brodo
goodness!
spins
Brodo
to the wall.
Holy cow. Brodo was all the way in the wall, and he's got massive damage to his front wing. Massive damage. Well, that's going to hurt Brian even more.
He started on the hards as well, so it's going to be even worse. Especially on the if he wants to change the medium tyres till the end of the race.
I don't even know what
he
he
can't
can
go
do.
on another set of hards. He's got to hope for a safety car now.
Yeah, this is not looking good for him. That was quite literally the worst case scenario for Brodo. And honestly, that makes things even harder for Brian because he can't catch up to them. But like I said, I still don't think Bread can keep up with Brian. So I think Brian just sticks where he is. And as long as there isn't an incident between Ash and Nivek, McLaren is sitting pretty this race. And I think they overtake Aston Martin for the constructor standings.
Well, if Ash and Brian can work together to get Nivek back close to Brian as well, that could be a possibly a good strategic decision from Ash for the Constructors' Championship.
True, you mean like Ash overtake Nivek and then start to slow him down into Brian, correct?
Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like that
And
also...
it's kind of happening right now as they're going side by side.
I think that was Nivek though. I don't think that was Ash. I think Nivek was just saw an opportunity and immediately went for it.
Well, Ash had a little bit of a moment and Made it a good side-by-side moment. But Brian has caught up by 4/10 this lap.
And Brad has also lost a bit of time to Brian as well. The gap almost increasing to 3 seconds.
Ash having a little bit of a moment here and there as well. Just clipping the grass a few times. You can see how unstable the rear end gets as well.
Yeah. Also, looking at the clouds, I don't think we're going to see any rain this race unless it's at like the very, very end. If we see any at all.
Yep.
Whoa! What the heck was that? Why did Ash do that?
Wait behind. Ash decided to wait behind, it seems.
For the DRS?
They won. Yes, for the DRS. And look at that. Brian's caught up by quite a margin this lap.
That was
by a second.
That was still kind of dangerous, just parking on the racing line like that. I don't even know that he's going to have the pace to make this overtake. I think he'll just catch up and sit behind him, but that's about it. Yeah, he's not going to be able to make this overtake until outside of Sector 3. Or inside of Sector 3, sorry. Maybe at the bus stop.
These softs are going to be... Yeah, the softs are going to go off as well now, so it's going to be even harder for Ash.
I don't know that I like that call. I mean, I understand. He most definitely was trying to do what you were saying is Doc Main picks up a penalty. Brett has a penalty as well. I don't remember when that happened. Did you see that happen?
No. But I think that happened a while ago. But Ash is losing touch now. Those soft tyres are no match for the medium anymore.
I also think Nevek is particularly good at saving his tires as well. Not to say Ash isn't, but I think Nevek is a very good strategist.
Yep, the gap's over a second now.
Yeah, that's no way DRS. So I think Ash should do is slow down here and let Brian catch up, and then they should play DRS.
No, I think Ash should box for new tyres, so softs are not in a comfortable range of drivability and pace.
Oh yeah, that turn was rough. Was that because of a lockup or was that where? I think it was both, right? Yeah, maybe just go to the hards. Or maybe he's staying.
The mediums.
Maybe he's staying out to hope for a safety.
That domain's already pitting on the soft tyres.
And he's gone to the hards.
I think Ash wants mediums for the end. Because if Nevek's pits at the end, he'll probably go for soft tyres, possibly. There's yellow flags. I think
it's
for
Ferrari, silver.
For silver.
More bad
He's
luck
got
for
it
silver.
own though.
Oh, Ant-Man almost... Oh my lord. Ant-Man almost just destroyed his race. Him a spun in El Rouge. I'd also like to mention that Brodo has made a pit stop. He's on mediums now.
Yep. Well, the closest gap is Ant-Man to Magster. Rivals in the Tier 2, shall I say, for a while.
And that rivalry has extended into Tier 1. But he's been unable to pass her for quite a while now. I mean, he's been basically right behind her since lap 1, and I think we just saw why.
He's just put a few wheels in the gravel there. He doesn't look the comfortablest out there. And he didn't do well through those corners either. He's putting tyres all over the grass.
Yeah, Ant-Man.
Seems very inconsistent.
He is most definitely struggling. I feel like every other turn he's either, like you said, on the grass or he's trying to avoid a spin. I think his tire wear has gone down a lot. His Ash is in the pits. So Ash will follow through with the strategy that you have mentioned is Ant-Man almost bends it again. What is going on with him?
That dot main's coming through now. I'd expect those soft tyres to be doing what Ant-Man's doing, not those mediums.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe he made contact with someone and the tire went up that way? But Dogman should have no trouble getting around Maxter, especially now that she's gone into the pits. Dog Main will get
Yep.
the DRS
Ash went for the hard compound tyres.
though, and he got on track.
And now
a little
he's
bit
on
before
a-
then.
He's on an undercut journey now.
When does Nevek pick though? Really, when does Brian pick?
Well, they would probably go a few laps more. If they want to go soft at the end, is a possibility as well.
I feel like that's something Bread would probably do. I don't know about Brian though.
I mean, it's whatever you prefer, really. Oh, someone's in the wall. That's Sarangos. Must have put a wheel in the gravel and spun off into the wall. He's got it going though. And rejoins in a safe manner.
Oh yeah, that was fair play by Sorengos. That was a good rejoin. I thought he was just gonna pop out in front of Ant-Man, but he just let him go. I respect that. I think
He could have gone before them as well.
Nevek is pitted. Ant-Man is still struggling on those mediums, and he's slowing down Beaksy, but Beaksy will have no problem getting around him eventually. Much fresher tires, much better pace, and Ant-Man is still struggling with these half spins.
Nevek picks for the hard tyres. Let's see where he ends up in contention with Ash, who's already pitted. I think he's still ahead. Yes, he is.
Not by a big margin, though.
Seems like, yes, but it's a bigger margin than when they pitted. So
Silver's rage
I
pitted.
think that was good.
Ooh, Brodo was catching up to Ant-Man now, lagging a bit, but see how much that gap between Brodo and Ant-Man falls. Ant-Man needs to pit. He needs to pit now. He should have pitted and went to the hards.
Ant-Man looks like he's gonna spin every single corner.
That's what I'm saying.
What's going on?
Like, I thought maybe he could have had a puncture, but there's no way he has this much pace with the puncture. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous the amount that he's struggling right now, especially on the mediums. Now, I do see... Actually, I don't even know, man.
There's just no balance in the car.
Is it his setup, maybe?
Potentially.
I've just never seen a setup this bad before. That would be a really impressive...
He's just in a moment now.
I think the most impressive thing about all this is the fact that he hasn't bent it yet. The fact that he's been able to save it as many times as he has. If we ever made a best saves compilation, it would just be Ant-Man and Spa.
Yeah.
Berto has brought the gap down to almost... Dude, even he's gained like 5/10 in 3 corners. I mean, what in the world? I imagine...
Pitted now.
Good call.
For the hard compound tires.
Ash is in front of Nevek, by the way. I think he pointed that out earlier. Ant-Man needs to pit. Thank goodness Ant-Man's pitted, because that was a disaster. Nevek was trying to overtake Ash and Eau Rouge, and now they're going side by side through it. Nevek will have the DRS and will make the overtake, no problem. So now your hypothetical leader is Nevek, because Brad does still have to pit. I don't think, well, even if those mediums would last, it wouldn't allow him to do it. It's against the rules.
That is correct. Correct and correct.
Berto has some work to do, though, because even though Brett hasn't pitted, everybody above him has, and they're all on the hards. Yeah, this is gonna get interesting. I'm not sure how this is gonna play out. I don't know if Berto's gonna crack the top 5. Oh, actually, that's not true. He has plenty of time to catch up to them. And although he had to pit much earlier than he wanted to, yeah, I'm not sure, man. Who do you think wins this race? I mean, obviously it's between Nevek and Ash, but RJ? I believe RJ is AFK right now, so I don't even want to take a guess. I want to say Ash is going to win, but I feel like Nivek has a very, very, very good chance. Here they go now. Ash with the DRS games. Brett has finally pitted for the softs and has come out just in front of that Doc main. I wonder if we're going to see another situation between Doc Main and Brett like we've been seeing between Ash and Nivek. Like they're just going to work together and try to catch up to Brian, who is 10 seconds away from Ash after having just pitted. So we're currently looking at a 2-3 from McLaren. Big podium points for the two of them. Very, very important that they get these points also. Both the Aston Martins being unavailable, being Staccata and AMS Devil. That is a very, very important thing to note here. It's really interesting because had they shown up here, I wonder how different the standings would look. Just for everyone to remember. So currently...
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back. So currently Ash and Brian will be receiving quick math, 22 points, which is
22.
Which is just enough to take the lead. Actually, I think they'd be up by about 4 points. So this is exactly what they need to take over. Or wait a minute, I apologize, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It would still be enough for them to take the lead, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
I asked.
And there's still a battle for the lead.
I didn't realize you had left, and I asked who you thought was going to win the race, and then there was just a lot of there was awkward silence.
Oh, sorry. I reckon Nivek's going to win, to be completely honest. I reckon we're going to have 2 Williams wins in a row.
I know Joe Clark would be happy about that.
Yeah. Good points for the constructors. Once again. Where are Williams and the constructors?
I think they're dead last. Or not dead last.
Oh yeah, they are. They really do need it.
Are they dead last or are they second to last? I know it's somewhere between
They're
there.
dead last.
Okay, yeah.
They're dead last.
Which is why it's just
1
funny.
point behind 1 point behind Kick Sauber, 2 points behind Mercedes, 3 points behind Ferrari. So it's a tight battle for last there.
There isn't a single Mercedes driver either, so Mercedes is going to lose some positions here. Ant-Man just needs to stay where he is. He'll get a point if he stays where he is currently.
But he does have a penalty, unfortunately.
He does, and also equally as unfortunate, Ferrari is not going to be getting any points this race. Silver's rage quit really put a damper in
quite
things.
close, but on a lot harder, like older tires. Maybe if he just doesn't get any penalties and stays within range, he might have a chance.
I suppose, but he's going to need a heck of a fight. Brodo has just cracked into the top 8.
Ash has got a 3-second time penalty, so I think Nivek is 100% going to win unless he gets one as well.
I don't know how many warnings Nivek is on.
I think this is the second time this has happened to Ash in a battle for the lead.
I think it's happened way more times than that. I feel like Ash is very unlucky with the track limits, but since there's no battling happening, I want to see how many warnings Nivek has. I don't know if he has any actually. Yeah, it's not looking like he does.
The drives look very smooth.
Oh wow, Ash got all those warnings within this and last lap. So he's really been pushing to keep up with Nivek, and I feel like that kind of says something. Beaksy has just picked up a penalty.
Yep.
Berto up into P7 now. Oh! Yep, Ash almost threw the entire race away with that little bit of a mistake. Oh, what happened to Berto?
Someone Brodo.
Oh,
I thought it was Max, it's Brodo though.
Oh, I thought Brodo was going to quit. It's a safety car. I thought Brodo was going to quit. Brodo has broken the exact same spot of his wing. It is literally the exact same damage twice.
It's the same corner as well. He's just struggling there.
Goodness, he's lucky he only lost the one position, but he's 14 seconds ahead of Maxter. Okay,
The
so
problem,
what happens now?
The thing is, if you have two big moments in one corner, it really ruins your confidence. I've had that before in Australia. I lost a really big confidence in a certain corner,
Issues,
but I still won that race somehow, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but the confidence loss isn't great. And people are pitting. If I was Nivek, Ash, or that dot main, I was pitted as well.
I think they
for fresh tires.
No, they didn't miss the window. They just didn't do it.
No.
Brian has
Bilbo
pitted.
speeding on the safety car and has a penalty. I expect everyone to pit.
Maxter has stayed
For
out.
mediums or softs might even last till the end, especially if the safety car's out for a few laps.
Brodo has gotten his new front wing.
So everyone who's not pitted is now at a disadvantage. That is Magster, Ant-Man, Bilbo,
Nivek, Ash.
that dot main, and Ash and Nivek. But that's a strategy choice they made.
I mean, one of them could head into the pits at the end of this lap. I just don't think that'd be very smart at all. I think they have to stick with what they've got. If Brian makes that move on Dockman, which I imagine he will, I can't see how Ash and Nivek would keep their positions as well. Nivek would need a heck of a start.
Yeah. Well. Seven more laps after this one.
Yeah, I feel like this race has gone by very, very, very quickly. Despite having some of the lastest, fastest, slowest lap times.
I mean, it's already been an hour. Near enough. Since we started. Qualifying IRL starts in half an hour.
We will be finished before then, for sure.
Hopefully. Right, Bilbo's pitting as well.
Have you seen the video talking about how fast the safety car is pushing while going through the track?
Yeah, the safety car pushes quite big.
It's absolutely insane. I had no idea. It's like it's trying so hard.
Yeah, well, they have to be at an F1 car's slowest pace.
I know. It's just crazy.
It just shows how fast F1 cars are compared to kitted out cars. Although these safety cars are quite heavy because of all the medical equipment inside it, as well as the heaviness of those sort of cars.
True. Well, it's definitely a Mercedes. Mercedes AMG something. I don't know.
Yeah, they have Aston Martin ones as well.
They do. Those are very pretty.
Yeah.
I just wonder what made Red Bull want to get involved with F1. Because like
I was
Aston Martin, Williams, Ferrari, Mercedes, obviously, they all actually make cars. So
Well, it's mainly because of their love for sport, so, stunt driving. If you see, they've got a bunch of stunt programs as well.
I do.
As you know, that's what Red Bull are for, as well as the drinks. I think it's just mainly hobbies of the founders, and they've actually made it into quite a good business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have money to make a F1 team, why wouldn't you do it? In my opinion, if you're such a big fan
Right.
of the sport. I think that's a no-brainer.
I would agree. Also, I said Williams.
And to
I meant to
say,
say McLaren.
and to say you're putting yourself in the history books of this sport as well.
True, especially with how Max was performing. Well, really is performing, but mainly was because of last season, year before that.
Right, we've got the safety car restart. Nevek's going to lead us off.
Yeah, this blast is going to be very important for Nevek because I still don't see how Brian doesn't make this position on Duckman.
And he's going.
Here we go.
Decent restart.
Nevek didn't pull away like I thought he would, but like you said, a decent restart. Brian is. Oh, we've already got a yellow in the back. Wait, why is Bilbo still in the?
Oh, Brodo's off. Our man just pushed Brodo off.
My goodness.
Bilbo's in the pits.
What kind of penalty did Bilbo have that he was still in the pits? What in the world happened? Oh, here goes Brian. Brian getting ready to go up the inside of that dock main, and he's gonna. Oh, did he make the move? Okay, I was about to say it looked like he was still holding on. Brian has made that move, and now it's all after Ash from here. I did want to keep an eye on Brodo in this turn to see if he makes another mistake. Hoping that he doesn't here.
Reese is in the points now after the incident on first lap.
Brodo has kept it clean. That is a huge benefit from Reese, but he's going to be under pressure. Oh, what happened between Serengos and Maxter there? That was a bit odd. Serengos with an easy overtake, and I think Brodo has just made an overtake on Ant-Man. He has. Reese is trying to find his way around Maxter, and he's really struggling right now. She does break pretty early. I think she looks a little better right now, but Maxter is also in the points, but I don't know if she's going to keep it for long with Reese and Brodo behind. Bilbo's retired. Does Reese go for the dive bomb in the hairpin?
Reese goes for a dive. That was a good dive there.
Beautiful dive bomb. And it's going to open up the space for Brodo to try to make a move around the outside of Maxter. Maxter losing two positions in one turn. I think Brodo's going to go for another overtake on the outside of Reese potentially. Not quite. Reese had just enough space to hold him off. But let's have a look at Brian.
For the DRS.
Brian with the DRS. I think Ash is going to get it here too. Ooh, Brian kind of left stranded for Slipstream there. He had to use Nevek as Ash was not trying to give him any assistance whatsoever. I wonder why.
If I was Reese, I'd stick behind Brodo, catch up to the people with penalties in front, and gain a bunch through that way.
Ooh, Brad going up the inside of Dwint in the hairpin. Going around the outside. Still hasn't gotten it to stick yet. They're still side by side. I think he's pulling away now. Yes, he is. Dwint is going to give him the position. Brodo's going to have to deal with his off-track rival in a few turns. Being Serengos.
Off-track rival. Serengos calls Brodo Angry Rick.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's an actual beef or if it's a joking beef. I think they're just joking, but sometimes it's hard to tell.
Especially with Brodo.
Look at this train between BC and Bread, though. We're going to see quite a few overtakes over the next couple of laps, especially if Bread can find a way to catch up to Brian eventually. BC picking up another penalty. I actually watched that happen live.
Wow. Well,
Ooh.
Sarangos has 22 seconds worth of penalties.
Yeah, so Bredo isn't worried about him at all. And he's just made that position, so now he's really not worried about him. But here we go.
Well, if I was Sarangos, I'd just let people by, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Ash making
Otherwise,
a move.
you might cause an accident, and then you get penalty points.
Uh-oh, I think this is where we see that teamwork you were talking about earlier. Ash has passed Navek, and Brian is right behind. And I feel like Ash is moving a little slower than usual. Brian is having a much easier time catching up to Navek.
Brian on that tyre advantage as well now.
Navek actually, I don't know, it actually has the worst disadvantage. But yes, what you said is very true. Beaksy is up into P4 now, by the way, but I think Doc Main would get the position. I'm not sure.
Well, BC has 9 seconds. That domain has 3 seconds of time penalties.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking good for the penalty havers. Oh, BC
Yellow
was
flags.
off the track. I don't know what just happened to Beaksy. Well, I cut to him and he was all the way off.
No clue. Reese gets 3 seconds. That's not good.
Reese is still in the points though and has Maxter behind, and I believe he can gap her. So after all that,
There's only 3 laps left, and he's got the 3 seconds.
Beaksy
BC
retired.
retires. I think he thought there's no point anymore. He may have got front wing damage or something of the sort.
That's so disappointing. Alright, what does Navek do in this situation? Sandwiched between 2 McLarens. I think they're going to do a double overtake on Ash. They are. Who's going to come out on top between Brian and Navek? It's going to be Brian. Unless Navek can try to hold it on the inside. He's going to have me on the outside in this corner. He's going to get the inside advantage again. Navek is going to hold on, but now Brian is right in the fray, which is exactly what Ash wanted.
I'd say the 2 McLarens should stick behind him till the last lap and just both overtake on the last lap. That would be my strategy. I would save battery here.
They've got to get in front of him though, because if they don't, oh no.
If you have ERS, I'm talking about having ERS and DRS on that back straight.
Oh, true.
It's so easy to overtake. That's why I'm saying just save the energy, stick behind. No DRS games needed.
Yeah, I think Brian should overtake Navek, or they both should, right? Do what you're saying, both overtake him, and then I think Brian should let Ash take the lead and just slow Navek down so that way Ash can maintain a higher position. I don't know how he would build 3 seconds off of that, but he could try, you know. I think this is why I'm a commentator and not actually racing. Anyway, oh, Ash with the last second move around the inside of Brian. He's not going to stick with it, but
yeah, I think Ash needs to count their losses here. Be frankly honest.
This Brodo and Sarangos train is absolutely ridiculous. Brodo was trying to go around the outside of Doc Main. He's not going to get it to work, and now he's going to have Sarangos up his inside. No, he's not. Sarangos is going to back off. Brodo is not. Brodo is super laggy. I don't know how he's doing this well with this much lag. Oh.
I'm making the move on that Doc Main now.
Saw Brian start to make a move and I turned away, but let's see what Sarangos can do on that Doc Main. Doc Main losing 2 positions now. Sarangos is lucky to have saved it there.
Yep.
Alright, this is coming down to the wire though. Yeah, that 3-second penalty really hurts Ash though. Like, it really hurts.
Well, still podium at the moment, as Mags has yellow flags waved for them. All they have to do is stay within 9 seconds of that man to get the point.
Yeah, so
not a
Sauber.
hard task, to be fairly honest.
Yeah, Sauber is going to be in trouble with this race. I think Red Bull is going to get some decent points. I don't know what happened to Sauber. I feel like they weren't doing terrible this season.
Mm. Well, Tiffel still hasn't been here for a few races, I believe.
That is true, yes.
Right, on to the last lap. Let's see what happens on the main straight as Ash and Brian are right behind the Williams of Nivek.
So long as Nivek finishes the race, this will be his first points.
But Will and after retiring at Monza, you see Brian's just got a good run. The slipstream and DRS is just so powerful on this year's game. And here comes Ash as well. It's just so powerful.
Zero competition.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Just wait for the wait behind for the DRS on the last lap, and it's yours basically.
I think
Hopefully,
Ash is trying to slow down.
They've said they're making Slipstream not as powerful on next game, so hopefully they do that in practical sense.
We'll have to see about that. We know how good they are with keeping promises, but this has been a lovely battle on this last lap, and it's exactly what you called out. I mean, I think now they just run away with it. They are going to have to defend Nivek in Sector 3, especially in the bus stop chicane.
Yep, well, Ash will have to. Brian should be
Brian.
using some ERS.
Here comes Nivek. Trying to go around the outside. It's not going to work. He's going to have to go around the outside of the bus stop chicane. How are they going to make this work? Nivek with the dive up the inside. He's going to get the move around Ash, but that's not the move he needs. He needs the move on Brian. He's not going to get it. Brian is going to win the Spa Grand Prix, his first win in what feels like forever.
Wow.
And there is absolute chaos in the back of the grid. What is happening with this group here? Somehow, after all that, Brodo gets P5. Reese gets P6.
Reese somehow gets 6th.
What in the world?
We missed that completely, focusing on the battle for the win.
Magster is going to get points this race. This has been a very interesting session. Magster just took P9 from Ant-Man.
Wow. P10, was it not?
No, it was P9. I think it was because
P9.
Beaksy retired, remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Somehow Ant-Man got P11. What? I'm so confused. Whatever. That was a good race. That was fun. Berto did get the fastest lap, the 1:44.9. Dwint got driver of the day. And Brian wins the race after all that. It's just so funny. We got so caught up on Ash and Nivek that we didn't even consider Brian as a legitimate option for a while.
Oh, apparently the incident at the start where Reese had his incident, his will came off his desk. That's why he got into the wall.
Lord have mercy.
That's why you secure your will to your desk properly with a clamp.
Yeah.
I think some people were experiencing something like at the end there, but I think that's just normal as the what's it called, the game starts moving to 25. Servers get just worse and worse for the 24 game. Mhm. Are we going to do interviews? Because qualifying's in 20 minutes.
We can do Reese. He's the only one in there.
Okay. We can do Reese. Hello, Reese.
Reese. Dude, congratulations on P6.
I saw you in a
Yeah.
podium position, and then I just see you dead last.
Right.
That's what
So
happened.
going into the first corner, it was all good. Up to P3. Let's f***ing go. Right. Going into Radion, my wheel comes off my desk. My wheel came off my desk, so I put it in AI mode. And then the next thing I know, Dwint's trying to fight me in flipping poo on, and I've got a 10-second penalty for nothing, which I'm going to try and remove, because I don't know what happened. Because I was in AI trying to put my wheel back on my desk, because it fell off. And then, so that's all good. I got back up to P6. Somehow I got 3 second. I think one of my warnings was for the turn 1 for the Radion incident, but it probably won't get removed because it's just track limits.
Yeah.
But a decent recovery. Who let me cook?
Did you have,
I don't know.
did you have
Everyone
Yeah.
wants to get penalties. Oh, and the quali, right? It was going well, and then in the second one, I kind of hit a
Invalidated.
wall. Yeah, I
Oh.
invalidated because I hit a wall, and then it was on the pit exit as well. Like it through my tires, so then I went kind of wide, and it invalidated me. And then
Yeah, we saw you
And then
getting
on the
a
third
big
run-
slipstream from Ash.
no, but it was too much of one because I was way behind him, right? And then as I got to the corner, he was like right in my line because we take a different line. I thought he was going to the pits for goodness sake. So I was like, oh, and then he was still there. And then so I'm trying to like figure out what the hell's going on, and I got too much of a slipstream, and I braked in the same place, but outbraked myself into the first corner. So I'm down there. But then I was up, but then I got another slipstream and just didn't expect it. I braked early, and I still outbraked myself, and then I just gave up because he was just too close.
Fair enough.
did you have,
Okay.
Even though I left him loads of room.
did you have any comment
He
on what
just
happened
takes
with
a-
your teammate?
He left because he was lagging so much that he spun in the middle of the straight randomly because of the lag.
Okay,
So
Well,
that's why
then-
he's gone.
understood.
the next race is Qatar. Will you be there to hopefully get some more points?
Yes, I believe I will.
That's good to hear because Ferrari needs some
Yeah.
points to get
Yeah.
a good lead.
I think I can get even more points. If I can get the 10-second route, I reckon I can get even more points. Because it was simply, I think it gave it to me because I like cut Radion. But
Mhm.
I was
Okay.
trying to put my wheel back on my desk, so I couldn't really do anything about that.
Yeah, the only problem is that there was a late safety car, so the penalty might be cut down.
Well,
But you might get something removed.
I might get a few seconds from it.
You might get a few seconds, yeah.
I could get a place or two.
Yep.
I'll take extra points. May as well try.
Well, it's nice having you, Reese. Thank you for participating. Congratulations on your points finish. And we will see you
even
next
though
week.
it's like the most hectic points finish of my entire life.
Yeah, but a points finish is a points
Flip.
finish.
Points finish is a points finish. We take it, I guess. Could have been third. What the flip? What the hell? Anyway, I'm going. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Alright, see you, mate.
Bye.
Let's get Brian in here, the winner.
Indeed. It's a great race from him.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hello.
What a amazing race! You didn't have the pace at first in the first stint to catch Ash and Nivek, but a late safety car with the good strategy for pitting, having a tyre advantage, get you a good win there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in the first and second stint before safety car. I just had 0 pace. But I mean, in the end with safety car, you got lucky, but I mean a win is a win, so yeah, I'll take it. Good for championship, especially because Devil didn't race.
Mm-hmm.
It was also a fantastic result for the Constructors' Championship because I'm pretty sure you now lead the Constructors as well now,
They do.
as no
Yeah,
Aston Martins were racing today.
I'm pretty sure we do. But I was so happy with Ash, because in the last lap he backed up Nivek enough, so Nivek couldn't try and overtake me.
hmm
And I mean,
Well,
the teamwork.
the teamwork was quite nice. We thought that Ash was going to try and slow Nivek in the first stint as well, but just lost touch on those soft tyres, wearing too much, but seemed to do it quite well in the second stint after the safety car.
Yeah. Yeah, next race, Qatar.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it, but in the races, I don't know, I struggle with understeer, so hopefully I can find some setup that doesn't have too much understeer, and I need to be not so afraid of the track limits, because I'm just losing too much time because I lived in places where I should not live. Same as
Well,
here.
you have
Cool.
gained from avoiding track limits, so
Yeah,
if you can just find a perfect balance between the two, that would be probably really good.
yeah, same as in pool on this race. I had to lift every lap downshift to 6 because I don't know, just understeering of the track if I did not.
Well, the championships fights are on for the drivers and for the constructors championship. We hope to see you in Qatar do just as well.
Yeah, although if I want to take the fight to AMS Devil, I need to improve my pace because as it is right now, on pace he's just way better. So I don't want to be champion just because I'm lucky.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Thank you, Brian. We'll see you next time in Qatar.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
See ya. Let's see. I can't see for some reason.
Nivek and
There it
Nat
is.
Main are in the second room.
So
Want to do Nivek?
Sure. I was having to do it on my phone because my computer is frozen currently.
Hello, Nivek. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Nivek.
Hello. You had some amazing pace there with the pole position as well, I believe. Just a fantastic pace throughout this race. Unfortunately, missed out on the win after the safety car because of tyre disadvantage and the teamwork from the McLarens, but overall it showed you had some really good pace.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Like, get a second in my second race.
hmm
Yeah, it's crazy. I did not expect to have pace because I absolutely hate this track, and it's so weird. Because like the curves are so bad. Well, they're not curbs, but yeah.
There are some high curves.
I wish it was rain, but
hmm
sadly not.
Well, unfortunately, the rain did not come. But P2 is good nonetheless. Hopefully you can reciprocate that in the next race, which is Qatar. Hopefully a better race for you. Do you like that track?
No, I don't. I
Oh, you,
barely like that.
you don't like Qatar either.
Okay, so
I
actually,
only like. I only like
So what are the
Singapore
good
and
tracks?
Monaco. Singapore,
What tracks?
Monaco, Saudi Arabia.
Singapore?
Yeah, Monaco and Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay. Okay.
To the street circuits.
Yep, some good old street circuits.
So
Oh.
one more question I wanted to ask you before RJ sends you off. Your pace is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think like you are easily one of the fastest drivers in the league, and you just joined. But what intrigued me is that you said you hated this track and you were this good at it. Is there a chance we could see something similar like that at Qatar?
I don't know. I'm good at like corners, but when it comes to straights, I'm just can't do anything. But in corners, I'm like Lightning McQueen. I'm too quick. But
Yeah, then I definitely expect a good race out of you from Qatar.
Yeah. Well, to help with the straights, it's probably better to think of strategic racing, where you're just staying behind for the DRS. That's normally the best thing on straights to do. As you saw, Brian and Ash just flew past you on the straight at above Eau Rouge. It's all about just being behind for the slipstream and DRS.
Mm-hmm.
I tried, but and then when I was in
They
front,
just
I was
wanted to
just
stick
like,
behind you.
yeah. When I was in front, I was just like, oh, I'll slow down, and then they just slowed down as well, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
lose as much time. Like when D Dash pitted, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, and then I went to slow down to give so I can get DRS from Ash, and then
Mhm.
he slowed down as well. So I was like, right, just accelerate. And then when I got into the first corner, I just slowed down best as I can, then just full turned it and accelerated, and just hope
Mhm.
for acceleration. But then he like D Dash was like amazing up a Rouge, so
Yeah, for sure. He was very consistent up there. We had an eye on you guys for a while. You Nivek, or you are Nivek. You, Ash, and Brian. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, P2. Hopefully that can happen again in races in the future, or even better, P1. See you next time.
Thank you.
so yeah.
Wow, it is.
We did Brian.
You want to do
already.
that, main?
Yeah, let's do Doc Man.
And then I'm gonna dip because I
Yeah.
want to watch qualifying. Hello,
Hey,
that
Doc
main. If they're here.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
it
up?
usually takes a second. What's
Yeah.
up, man? How you doing? Congratulations on P7. It's better than nothing, right?
Better than nothing. Didn't gain, didn't lose.
Mm-hmm. Big battle in the middle pack there for a lot of you. We saw you try and move on Brodo earlier on the race when he had a little moment as well. Just had a half spin onto the grass there as well. If you could just talk us through the race and just the big moments that occurred.
Well, that one was just, I mean, I seen the opening, and if you no longer go for gap, you're no longer a racing driver, right? So, I went for that. Probably shouldn't have, but I seen it and I went for it. And then through the race, just went for the undercut. The hard tires, of course, felt great. And then when the safety car came around, I thought they felt good, but I think I definitely made that mistake. I should have switched to the mediums. Most of the people behind me did. I ended up losing a lot of positions there towards the end. And with both Hasses working together to get past me, that, you know, they're good drivers and they work together as a team to get past me. So that was really good on them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just hold on, and you know, I didn't lose or gain, so I'm not too bad. I was a little mad at first, but that's just, it's racing.
Wow. The next race is Qatar, and then the race after that is Britain with a sprint race. We know you won the first sprint race of the season, and this is going to be the last sprint race of the season. So hopefully you get better results in those races to come.
100%. Hope to see me on the top step again for the sprint.
We hope so too. Any further questions? Indigo?
Doc, I mean, wasn't there an incident between you and Brodo earlier?
Towards the
Yeah, I think there was two. The main one was right at the last turn, on the last lap. That lost me the position to Reese, which was slightly annoying considering he had a 22-second penalty, but it is what it is.
Well, Sarangos had the 22 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no. So Brodo and I had a incident towards the start, I think. Wasn't too big of one though. It didn't really bother me.
Yeah, you had
You
a
know, it
fairly
was
good
racing.
race. Yeah,
Yeah, it was fairly clean and clear for the most of it.
I'm wishing you the best of luck for Qatar, though. You've gotten pretty consistent with getting points finishes this season, so love to see that from you, and we're glad that you've expanded on the. I completely lost my train of thought. I was trying to say that you've proven yourself, basically, but the word I was looking for just went in and out of my head.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciated it. Yeah, it's nice to know that I think I've found my place in the league so far, which is nice. So
Absolutely, you're doing a fantastic
Yeah,
job.
it's like a big family.
I would
yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
This
A
is
big family you meet on the Saturday.
This is exactly what I envisioned.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. See you in Qatar next weekend.
Of course, looking
Yep.
forward to
See
it,
you
man.
next weekend.
See ya.
Looking forward to it. See you. Rightio.
Right. And with that,
End the stream.
we're going to end the
Goodbye,
stream.
everyone. See you at Qatar.
See you at Qatar, everyone. I am so freaking tired. I feel like I got hit with a bus.